And those numbers are per month.
And I think I didn't mention that in addition to the co-payment changes, we are seeking a change in the prescription mail order plan. So what we would be doing is, prescription mail order plan is very low cost. What we'd be looking to do is to increase the co-payment under the prescription mail order plan. And the thought behind that, just to kind of lay it out, is that it affects all of our employees equally. Older employees tend to take advantage of the prescription mail order plan for maintenance drugs. Younger families tend to be high utilizations of office visits to physicians, emergency rooms. When a young family goes to the doctor when a child has an ear infection, they don't go to the prescription mail order plan to get the antibiotics. They stop at the CVS pharmacy. The proposal that we've put forth makes no change in the pharmacy payment that someone would make over the counter. So the thought is that we're asking everyone to have a hand in the solution. Number 4, board members, if you would just refer, there's a backup sheet that's been included here. Maureen Stevens in her presentation alluded to the fact that there's a vacant special heavy equipment operator position that remains unfilled. It's a 40-hour-week position, and you see the salary here. It's a requisition to fill a job opening for the town. I have not signed off on it because, as we agreed, I would like to bring these requests for the board and provide you with a recommendation. The job would be funded 100% through the revolving fund, and the evidence of that is if you turn to the fiscal 2009 budget detail final, and you go down and you look at the section that says parks, you'll see DPW special heavy equipment operator, and you'll see a salary of $41,413 coming from the revolving fund. Normally that wouldn't be reason for me to say that we should fill this position, but without this position, we have no other labor in the Parks Department, and we will be getting ready for what I consider to be the busy season. And as you know, based upon the presentation this evening, much of the Recreation Department budget is based upon fee revenue that comes from organizations that pay for these use of these fields.
And therefore, the park has
So therefore, the amount of money that we would be expending from the revolving fund is far less than the amount of money we're bringing in. So I would propose and recommend that this position be posted and filled.
Mr. Vino.
If I could, thank you, Mr. Chair. Craig, in number 4, well, it's the second sentence. Department intends to fully fund the position. Could we change that? The department shall fully fund?
Sure.
Okay, now I'm much more comfortable. Thank you.
And it would be salary and benefits.
Yeah,
The person takes health insurance.
But they will pay it, not intend to, they.
Consistent with what the board had basically said for a hiring freeze, it would come before us. Do you want a motion?
I would actually ask, and I apologize for the fact that there's not a motion in the packet.
Well, that doesn't mean we can't make
I
a
would
motion.
ask that you consider the same this evening.
Just as far as the position itself, heavy equipment operator, this is like with the backhoes and stuff like that, and there's a year-round demand for the position?
Yes, because if you look at the, turn to the next page, you'll see what their primary wintertime occupation would be, availability to assist with snow removal in the winter season.
Which then becomes less than bringing in, hiring outside services to,
I don't envision that, because we have to post this position and we have to go through a hiring process, that this person is going to be available to do much of that. But once the snow is melted, this person is going to be out spending their time.
no, I didn't mean for this
Yeah.
season.
And we've been operating without one for how long now?
Since the late fall, the person who was in the position resigned, and we did not fill the position. We didn't see a need to fill the position, but season, and that's the reason why we want to go forward. But the person did resign in the fall.
I think we were able to operate, function well, winter season.
Well, it seems to me if they don't get the support to prepare the park for the season, right? If they don't have that resource, then they don't generate the revenue, and they're worse off, so, I mean, they actually make money on this, which funds recreation, and therefore it's not in our budget. And we've slowly but surely removed recreation from the revenue stream, so.
I'm not questioning the source of the funding, because
No,
recreation certainly has stepped up to the plate.
And I assume when you say a heavy equipment operator, that means that if he's needed to cut grass, he's gonna cut grass, right?
Absolutely.
So it just means they want that skill set in case they need someone with a license for heavy equipment to.
Mr. Chairman, I move to I don't wanna say authorize, because we already have the authority, but give the board's blessing to hiring a special.
Why don't you make it, the board to make an exception to the hiring freeze for this purpose?
Okay.
And then Greg has the authority to do the hiring anyway.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the board vote to authorize an exception to the hiring freeze for the purpose of hiring a heavy equipment, special heavy equipment operator, to be funded out of the the recreation revolving fund.
Motion by Mr. O'Leary. Did I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Vino. Did you catch that motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Next?
Flipping the page, just a report on the major water line break that was reported on January 12th. As you know, there were 2 homes that were flooded on Lowell Road. The town is coordinating the claim process with its insurer. And as you may have heard, there was an oil spill in one of the dwellings. The town's insurance company has come out to take a look at that. You have a report of the incident. The specific reasons for the break remain under investigation, although in discussions with the water department, it appears as though there were some boulders or some stones that were in the trench, and that impacted the pipe and caused it to fail. So we do have coverage for this, and we are working our way through the insurance company to make sure that the residents are covered for any negligence by the town.
I wasn't up to speed as to exactly what was occurring at the time. Were we working on the water main there?
No,
It
it
was
was
just a water main break.
just let go with no prior warning.
And I had asked Dave about it, and he said that, when they dug it up, it's an old water main, and it was laid across in the area where it broke across some stones. In other words, it didn't have a nice bed. It fractured and flooded out a couple of our neighbors.
Sure did. We made
Next.
the news again.
Next.
It's in the news. Just number 6, I don't know if you want to, we'll schedule town councilman on that date.
Yeah, let's
I
do
don't know if you
that.
want to get together earlier. Is it a possibility?
Well, it would be the first then.
No, I mean time-wise.
Probably won't be necessary, will it? I mean, we're gonna meet on the 1st and then the 9th.
Second.
Second.
No, I don't mean that
you
evening.
mean
That evening.
6 a.m.
Yeah,
that
no, I
evening.
know it, no, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that,
Should have a light agenda, you think?
we might have a lighter agenda.
I never like to keep council waiting, that's why I try to get him in as soon as possible, get him in.
Well, we'll bring him in beginning of the meeting.
I mean, I don't have a problem meeting earlier, but
Sure.
is it necessary?
Okay with me.
Why don't you work out a schedule with them, and if it, can everybody make 6
Yeah,
o'clock?
yeah, I can, yeah.
I have a little bit of an issue with it, coming from Boston. but I mean-
6:30?
6:30?
Yeah, 6:30 could work. Yeah, I could do 6:30.
February 9th.
Very good.
Just a final note is the executive session I would like to have concerning collective bargaining strategy, and I'd like to discuss some issues with the board that are enumerated under number 9 in my report.
Okay. Questions? Thank you. Who wants to start? We'll give Steve a break since he's been traveling all day. Sean?
Just like to thank the police and fire department. This town has been very busy in terms of fires and tragedies over the last couple of weeks, and I appreciate the efforts by both public safety departments, and also express my sympathies to the 2 neighbors who suffered massive flooding over the water main break. That's what I have.
Okay, Joe?
I have nothing this evening, Mr. Chair.
Mike?
Mr. Delaney's right. Fires, floods, pedestrians hit by a
Fatalities,
car.
pedestrian fatality?
They do a great job in the town.
And
Thank you.
we can't, go ahead. Sorry.
That's it.
Steve?
Just an update. I was down in Washington DC for the inauguration. It was quite a treat. And myself and my son Jimmy went with me, my 16-year-old son. And first of all, I want to thank Congressman Tierney for affording us the opportunity to go down and actually get a pretty good venue for the swearing in. But more importantly, it was interesting to just feel the energy that was in the crowd. It was myself and 2 million of my closest friends. But just to give you an idea of what was happening down there as far as the logistics, trying to move all these people around, we left what would normally be a 20-minute metro ride to the stop to get off to go to the Capitol. We left at 10 minutes of 6 in the morning. This is for 11:30, 12 o'clock swearing in. 10 minutes of 6, and we didn't get to the spot where we had to be until 20 minutes of 11 for a 20-minute ride, trying to get people moving. And believe me, we were like sardines the whole time, and there wasn't a crossword or an upset person in the entire crowd. It was very interesting, just the dynamics. But I think there's reason for hope. I mean, President Obama delivered a good, straightforward speech and called upon all of us to sacrifice, and I think people are stepping up to the plate. And just as we got down there Monday evening, and that was the day of community service that he called upon, and we were able to participate out at RFK Stadium where they put together 100,000 care packages for our troops overseas. And again, tens of thousands of people just showed up. There were, again, one of those situations where they had too many people to reach out and do the good thing. So I think there's reason for hope, but everybody has to be patient. And, it's a wonderful opportunity. See history being made. I appreciated the opportunity to be there. So, other than that, we had a great ride down and back, drove up and down.
I'm glad that you made it
North
back.
Reading roads were actually pretty clear at 5 o'clock on Monday morning. So,
Yes, they
better than
were.
most, as usual. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Steve. As we've heard tonight and in our previous budget reviews, the issue of struggling to adjust budgets to meet anticipated revenue shortfalls going into 2010, and you can see clearly that our employees, our department heads that are presenting the budgets are working hard to maintain positions, and in the process of being forced to cut operating expenses, and in many cases to points where, as we've discussed, put things at risk. And I suspect that further cuts will be necessary, based on what I'm hearing, to assure a balanced budget for 2010. So I prepared a written statement, and this is addressed to our town employees. I would hope, Greg, that you would have copies printed and make them available. And the purpose of the written statement is many times we say things at our meetings, and the rumor mill goes off, and we create a lot of angst associated with what people said we said. So in this particular statement, I'm going to read it. It's written, and